My name is Joseph Rodriguez, and I graduated from Rutgers-Camden Law School in 1958. I am currently serving as a federal district court judge here in Camden. Most of our day is occupied with handling matters that affect essentially the public interest. We handle criminal matters, civil matters, and any case that arises under the Constitution of the United States or any federal act or congressional act. And we also have jurisdiction in maritime, admiralty, and diversity of citizenship. Most interesting moments as a judge is being able to handle matters that have substantial social interest and recognizing that anything we do is going to affect the public, affect public interest. And matters come to us like the salvage of the Andrea Doria, which is in admiralty jurisdiction, handling large drug conspiracy cases, handling cases that involve the assassination of postal workers in Montclair. We've had matters involving school prayer, murder cases, cases dealing with whether or not it's permissible to strip search people. It's important because it affects people's lives. I entered Rutgers in 1955, and it was at a time when Rutgers had recently taken over an institution that was here in Camden. And because of the Rutgers involvement, the effort was to make sure that it had an essential place, and I guess the word that we used at that time was to bring great quality to the legal education for the benefit of the people in this area. The first professor I met was an associate dean, Donald Kepler. And everyone was frightened. He was a formidable person. Behind it all was to be sure that the product that came from that school would be a benefit to the society. We had governors, congressmen, judges, bankruptcy judges, prosecutors, assemblymen, Speaker of the House. So I think the mission of the school to be an essential resource for the area, to benefit the state and nation the way the graduates moved into the federal system, succeeded. On June 2nd, 1918, the SS Carolina was a passenger vessel which left Puerto Rico for New York. My father was a passenger on that ship. My father was born in Cuba. Now, when they were off the coast of New Jersey, there's a day recorded in history known as Black Sunday, where a German submarine sank 6 ships off the coast of New Jersey. The 6th ship was the Carolina, the one my father was on. It was hit late in the afternoon. It was around dinner time, and people scurried off of the ship because they were warned. The German submarine surfaced and told them they were going to sink them with their deck guns. So they gave him some opportunity to leave the ship. My father left the ship, and he was on a lifeboat with one of 29 people. They landed on the beach there in Atlantic City, right about where the Resorts International Hotel is, and I think it's South Carolina Avenue. There was a Shriners Convention, and when they saw the survivors, because we didn't have the salvage efforts that we have now with helicopters and planes, the lifeboat actually landed on the beach. People ran down to the beach. The band went down to the beach and played the Star-Spangled Banner as the survivors came to the beach. Well, eventually when I became a judge, I was sworn in the same courtroom where my father became a citizen. But it doesn't just end there. Eventually, while I'm trying a criminal matter, the salvagers from the Andrea Doria, ship over which I had jurisdiction for the salvage, appeared in the courtroom and they handed me a C, a big metal C, which turned out to be the C from the fantail of the Carolina, which was the ship my father was on, which now meant that in authorizing the salvage of the Carolina, my order is now attached to the Carolina, which is some 40 miles off the coast of New Jersey. And I often comment that when my father left that ship, seeing it sink, that he could never dream that his son someday would have his name attached to the very ship that he was on. I was married in Camden. My 4 daughters were born in Camden. The law school was in Camden. I became a federal judge, and I sit in Camden. So I could almost tell you when the bricks move in the city of Camden. But I've spent all my life here, and again, I find it very comfortable to be so close to people I know and the community that certainly knows me. But here I am. I've been here a long time, and I hope to spend a few more years here.